Straight ahead on News 5 at noon, extreme heat and a lack of rainfall. It's been a difficult summer for area farmers, but how are a couple of rainy days helping? We'll talk with them to see if it's enough. Election day just a few days away in Tennessee. Let you know what you need to know before you head to the polls. And Main Street Greenville looking for some grant money to help improve the downtown. We'll let you know what they're doing all right now on News 5 at noon.
From WCYB, this is News 5 at noon.
Taking a live look right now, Tusculum University in Greene County. We've had rain and storms pushing through, and right now a heavy rain we see pushing through Greenville right now on our Power 5 Doppler radar. We see that, and the camera shows us just how heavy that rain is really pouring down.
Yeah,
right
the
now.
visibility has really dropped here over the past few minutes. Been watching this camera there at Tusculum University, and now let's take a look at the Power 5 Doppler radar. We're watching a few areas of rain, some downpours near and east of Marion, but we also have a severe thunderstorm warning in place for Greene County. This is in effect through 12:30. This is the same storm that moved through Rogersville earlier with the severe thunderstorm warning. Has the potential of some penny-sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Also some heavy rains over Greenville, Tusculum, Camp Creek, moving toward Viking Mountain and also toward Rocky Fork. And as we put it into motion, we can see the storm is weakening a little bit, but still has some cloud-to-ground lightning over the past 15 minutes. 17 cloud-to-ground lightning strikes here in this view. I also want to mention a flood advisory in place for the northern part of this alert for Sneedville and also around near Jonesville. That's in effect until 1:15. And we're also monitoring another flood advisory that was just issued, and this is in effect for much of Greene County, and this is until 2:45. This is for the potential of some localized flooding, mainly the flood-prone areas, but we've had several spots picking up 1 to 2 inches of rain over the past few hours there in the yellow. Here's the big picture again, showing these scattered showers and that one intense thunderstorm over Greenville moving south and east. As you track it into the future, still a chance for some more of these scattered showers and storms, and some areas getting some heavy rains, others just seeing a passing shower or maybe nothing at all. Temperatures are ranging from the mid-60s to mid-70s, depending on how much sunshine you've seen in between these showers and storms. Still some more scattered activity on and off today and into tonight. Highs around 80 to 85 degrees. The rest of my forecast is coming up.
Well, all those 90-degree days we had back there for several days in a row, plus very little rainfall up until now. It's been a difficult summer for farmers across our region, doing their best to manage with the conditions. News 5's Liam Bridgman is talking with one farmer about the impact of the recent rainfall to see if it's coming in time to save the crops.
Rain fell throughout the Tri-Cities, increasing our rain totals. Just last week, this summer was on record as being the 3rd hottest summer and the 4th driest. Zane Vanover has been farming in Kingsport for 25 years. He says this is one of the driest summers he's ever experienced. It's even impacted hay cutting on his farm.
The rain always comes. Sometimes it comes when you need it. Sometimes it comes a little bit late, but it's always appreciated, and it's very beneficial for a lot of reasons.
He says if the rain came a month earlier, he could have gotten a second hay cutting. Still, Hanover says he's thankful for the rain. His farm saw more than 2 inches of rain fall in less than 24 hours. Storm Track 5 meteorologist Kit Alexander says the rain was beneficial for the Tri-Cities, but some damage has already been done.
From a farming aspect, I've talked to some farmers this summer, and they say it's already been so dry so early that a lot of the crops have already been damaged. And unfortunately, they think that a lot of the damage due to the dry weather and the heat is actually going to be permanent damage for this summer.
Kit says the heat will continue, but the rain totals we see this week should have a positive impact on the area, as long as it doesn't come down too fast.
When we get too much rain too fast, especially with the ground being as dry as what it's been, I mean, we've looked at the ground, and the ground has been cracked in many areas prior to this rain coming in. So once we've got so much rain, it wants to pond on those areas of just dry soil.
Vanover noticed this issue firsthand. The creek on his farm began the week being lower than he's ever seen it. Now, Vanover made the decision to move his cattle in case of flooding later in the week.
And you can see it's rained to 2.5 inches, but the ground's still dry. It's not really saturated the ground yet. A lot of it's ran off where it rained so hard, so fast, but don't want to seem unappreciative. We're very appreciative of the rain, but we need more, and we need a lot of it.
In Kingsport, Liam Bridgman, News 5, WCYB.
Early voting wrapping up over the weekend in Tennessee. Now all eyes turn to Thursday. That is election day for state and federal primaries and local and general elections. News 5's Caleb Perney digging into the turnout numbers and what you need to know before you cast your ballot on August 1st.
The early voting turnout numbers are in for Tennessee's August election. In Washington County, turnout was just 5.7%.
It's the percentage of registered voters who voted.
Correct.
So people are going to register to vote and then not voting?
Yes, sir.
That figure puts Washington County on track for a 12% turnout after people head to the polls Thursday. Administrator of Elections Dana Jones says these local and state races are perhaps the most important.
That's everything that handles your day-to-day life. You know, the only one that's a nighttime soap opera right now is that November election, and that's when everybody comes out.
Across Tennessee, turnout was down 43% compared to 2020, but up 25% from 2016. Election officials believe that's because of 2020's contested presidential primaries. Jones also showed me the numbers also reveal an increase in Democratic voters. 23% of voters picked a Democratic ballot this time, up from just under 13% in 2020. Johnson, Sullivan, and Washington counties all in the top 10 statewide for growth in Democratic voters.
This year on the primary ballot for the Democrat Party, they've got people running in all offices. And if you want a choice, you know, you've got to have people on those offices or your people are going to stay home.
In neighboring Sullivan County, an open Kingsport mayor's seat and a heated state Senate primary are driving better turnout. It's down just 14% compared to 2020. Election officials recommend coming to the polls prepared on Thursday.
The best way to determine your location is to use the voter lookup feature on our website. Enter your information. It will tell you exactly where you're supposed to vote on Election Day. Review the sample ballots. Know what is on your ballot.
Caleb Perney, News 5, WCYB.
And so the big races are getting a lot of attention as we head into Thursday. This one is a big one right there. That is the Sullivan-Hawkins County State Senate race. Incumbent John Lundberg being challenged by Bobby Harshbarger in the Republican primary. Carter County and Unicoi County will see a new state representative as State Rep John Holtzclaw Jr. retiring. Renee Jones facing Kurt Alexander, the current mayor of Elizabethton, as they run for that seat in the primary. 4 candidates vying to be the next mayor of Kingsport. Pat Shull announcing he would not run for re-election. Johnson City voters will have their say on 4 proposed changes to the city charter. We'll have complete coverage here of all these races, plus the high-profile sheriff's race up in Johnson County. It's all coming up Thursday with live results here on the air and also online at WCYB.com. A civil lawsuit following a deadly tractor-trailer crash claims one of the victims burned alive for 90 minutes before she was rescued by crews. A $20 million lawsuit was filed in federal court in Greenville. It's in response to the July 2023 crash where the Highway Patrol says that a tractor-trailer veered off of I-26 and into an Irwin home. Robinson Veterans is charged with criminally negligent homicide in the deaths of 2 people in that crash. A 3rd resident was severely injured when the house was hit and burst into flames. Troopers say Veterans fell asleep at the wheel. The lawsuit seeking damages both the driver and the trucking company, FFE Transportation Services. The criminal case against Veterans is still pending. A new group launching in Carter County aimed at helping fathers recovering from addiction reconnect with their children. They're calling it the League of Ordinary Gentlemen Dad Support Group. The Carter County Drug Prevention Group is hoping to start this with meetings as early as next week. It'll be an hour each week. Organizers hope this will help fathers be more successful in re-engaging with their children as they fight their addiction and recover from that. You can sign up for more on the group and by calling the Carter County Drug Prevention Program. A new state-of-the-art training center is nearing completion in Johnson City for the fire department, providing highly advanced opportunities to prepare firefighters along with volunteer firefighters from Washington County. The $4.5 million project paid for using money from the Rescue Plan Act. More than 130 firefighters able to use this campus. It'll be there on West Walnut Street for classroom training.
Well, this is just a wonderful dream come true. We've tried to piece together different options and over the past 27 years that I've been here, and this it brings a lot. We'll bring it all under one roof, and it's just amazing to see it take shape.
That training center should be finished up by November. Now, a live fire and hands-on training structure will be built next door to that facility. That should be up and going by next July. 4 sex offenders have been charged with in violation of the sex offender registry after a check of all sex offenders across Washington County, Tennessee. According to the sheriff's office, Victor Allen, Cedric Hall, Dwayne Riley, and Justin Zapko were all arrested separately for allegedly missing mandatory reporting to law enforcement. Allen, Hall, and Riley all held on bond. Zapko was released with an ankle monitor. This after a check by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation working in conjunction with the sheriff's office. Several organizations partnering with Johnson City Schools for a community-wide back-to-school bash coming up on 2 to 5 on Sunday afternoon at the practice fields adjacent to Freedom Hall Pool. The back-to-school bash featuring inflatables, carnival games, yard games, food, a live DJ, and more. It's free, open to everyone, coming up there on Sunday afternoon. And remember, schools heading back into session, some as early as Friday in this region, many heading back next week. And your source for all the back-to-school information is on our website, WCYB.com. You'll find the homepage there and all those schools that will be heading back to class next week.
Storm Track 5 weather cameras brought to you by your locally owned Ashley.
Well, yesterday we received just over 1.5 inches of rain at the Tri-Cities Airport, and that was the highest daily total that we had seen in almost a year. And we went from the 4th driest summer so far on record to the 14th driest. So we made up a lot of ground yesterday, and the rainfall deficit for the month now stands at about 0.9 of an inch. And since midnight, we've seen an additional 0.3 of an inch of rain at the Tri-Cities Airport, 1.5 inches around Jonesville, several locations here in the yellow picking up 1 to 2 inches of rain since midnight. Here's a live look in Kingsport. We have mainly cloudy skies, 72 degrees, rain-cooled air, breeze out of the southwest at 5. It's still very, very humid, and we're going to keep these very high humidity levels over the next 5 to 7 days. And when you factor in the humidity with the highs, today's high of 85 will feel like 91. Highs in the low 90s Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, getting hotter, and with the humidity, it's going to feel like 96 to 98 degrees, and Saturday's heat index maxing out at around 93. So we are tracking some scattered areas of rain and a few thunderstorms. Still that one severe thunderstorm warning in effect southern Greene County. That'll be expiring here soon, and some areas of moderate to heavy rain from Marion over to Wytheville, and some spotty rains elsewhere, and some very localized downpours, parts of the Russell County area back into Wise County. And looking ahead on the future radar, more scattered showers and storms possible the rest of today and also into tonight. So some getting some heavy rains, others missing out completely. The hourly planner for the Tri-Cities showing rain chances increasing a bit this evening and tonight to around 40 to 50%. Highs are going to be around 80 to 85 in the valleys, holding in the 70s, higher terrain, and then lows tonight around 65 to 70 degrees. Severe threat tracker high because there is the threat of localized flooding through tonight. A flood watch is in place for much of the region. There's still some scattered storms around at times Wednesday and Thursday, hot and also very humid. The highest risk of seeing localized flooding through tonight will be near the Tri-Cities and points south and west here in the yellow zone, the elevated risk, level 2 out of 4 risk zone. And here's the big picture. We're watching this area of some spotty showers and storms, but there's another area of rainstorms that's moving through Indiana right now, and we'll be monitoring this to see how much of it will try to hold together. The highest risk of seeing severe thunderstorms through the rest of today and tonight is from near Knoxville over to Greenville and points to the southwest here in the level 2 out of 5 risk zone. And much of our viewing area, level 1 or the marginal risk, and is mainly for the potential of some gusty winds. The tornado risk very low, large hail risk low, can't rule out some small hail. The main thing we're looking for really, it will be these scattered downpours that'll be possible through Thursday, with a storm or two having some gusty winds with them at times. Here's how the rest of the future track plays out as we go through tomorrow. Notice some clusters of showers and storms moving through the area at times. A few of these could be on the strong side. The exact timing and placement of these clusters of storms is a little bit in question, so we fine-tuning the forecast as we get closer. And through Wednesday, we can see an additional 1/4 of an inch to inch of rain, but locally more in those thunderstorms. And we'll all be getting hotter with highs in the low 90s Wednesday through Friday, close to 90 Saturday, Sunday, and more low 90s Monday through next Thursday, the 8th day of August, and lows pretty mild around 65 to 70 degrees. For today, high around 85, some scattered showers and thunderstorms, breezy at times, and lows tonight in the upper 60s, a chance of rain and thunderstorms, some areas of fog. Your 7-day forecast, near 90 tomorrow, scattered showers and storms. Odds of rain around 40 to 50% Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Still about that to Saturday. We start to trend down the odds Sunday, more so Monday and next Tuesday as we get into a drier weather pattern early next week. But staying hot, highs upper 80s to lower 90s.
I am a huge cookie lover. I guess that isn't a surprise since I didn't get a body like this by eating celery sticks. So when I tell you the cookies that our test kitchen director Patty came up with the other day blew me away, I'm not kidding. Really, I was in awe with how good the shortbread cookies were even before they were topped with the caramel and the chocolate. So let me show you what she did before you try to reach through the TV and grab one. She started by making a buttery shortbread dough using all the basics, rolling it out about a ½ inch thick. Then, with a juice glass, she cut these out and baked them until the bottoms were golden. After these cooled for a bit, she topped each cookie with some caramels that she warmed in the microwave, along with a bit of water, which made it spreadable. Like these couldn't get any better, she finished them with some melted chocolate chips, mixed with a touch of shortening, which gave it a nice shine. Simple, decadent, and sinfully good. You see, with each bite, you get the buttery texture from the shortbread, the ooey gooey pull from the caramel, and the richness from the chocolate. To get your hands on these, don't try to reach through the TV, but rather go to our website and look for what we call chocolate caramel cookies. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a doubly, or maybe a triply good way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
David, watching that storm still down near Greenville, it is a definitely intense rain with that one.
Yes, the warning in effect for southern Greene County for a few more minutes. Couple of spotty downpours, but tapering off soon.
Well, thanks for sharing some time with us this afternoon. More news throughout the day, all day long at WCYB.com.